Hello everyone and welcome back once again to Strategic Command World War II. World at War, where I'm playing as the Axis forces. I'm back in May the 7th, 1943. Let's continue, at least in Manchuria first. Just moving these guys around, trying to take care of the different regions. Okay. Let's keep moving. I'm definitely hoping to destroy these tanks so far. But do have to get some decent rolls for that. Come on. Great. Alright, with these guys down, I can start moving ahead just a little bit. Should have put them under the proper supply first. I really need to make sure that that's the case, like here, for example, as well. They're at 5. I don't know how much better it's gonna get, really. So let's just repair them up to 8 and let's move these guys along the road. They can stay there just fine. Okay, besides that, I'll move these guys down as well. I'll put them under this HQ. I'll leave these guys over here because I need a bit better supply. They will get it probably on the next turn. For now, though, no extra supply for me. Okay, good. Okay, they're not under the command, huh? Let's move them back to ensure that they are. I also cannot reinforce you because of poor supplies. Maybe from the next turn again. But I did achieve my goal this turn of destroying that fighter at the very least, which did serve me quite well. I'll just try to hold positions here, really. While I keep harassing the force at Lido, trying to take it down. But that's what I'm gonna accomplish out here. Let's send you back up to Singapore. Now we've uncovered the location of the American fleet out on the out near Australia. The well, let's try to go for New Zealand first here, and they will actually relocate down here, so they won't surrender right away. And I cannot move through here. I mean, I can take this and that port, but it seems like I cannot walk on this location. So what I'm gonna need to do is get into long-range amphibious. I'll leave them in the port for now. Hope they won't get seen. And then land there on the next turn. I will land my forces here, though. Right, I need to get ready for a strike on the American forces. So I'll try to muster up whatever I can. Because, well, actually, they have a strike range of 6. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If I go here, I can at least destroy the light cruiser. And I think they are out of range. Now they did have a carrier up here somewhere. Yeah, they do. Can I still escape? Kind of. Okay, so from there I can actually harass it and then hope to be indeed moving to a safe distance in order to still take it down. I'll try to screen the battleship. American carrier down, good. I'll just move around the battleship for a bit, and I hope that they will not be able to see me while I bring in the rest of these forces. That's not worth it. So I'll keep my carrier forces around Auckland. So then and this battleship here too. So hopefully these guys are out of striking range, or they won't be able to see them. And then I also still have this carrier out here. And I might be able to swing around a couple of these around New Caledonia to have them behind it and hope to strike at the enemy navy from there. And then I can potentially deal a crippling blow to whatever allied navy they still have in that particular region, because I'm sure that the American Navy is still at large out there. We destroyed 3 carriers, but they have a lot more, of course. And then there's of course still the British Navy, which hasn't been dealt with yet either. The only thing that I'm sure of that's not around there is the Russian fleet. But they didn't have much of a fleet to begin with. Let's take one last peek at the situation with the Japanese. We're doing fairly okay. I actually need to send an amphibious transport up to these Polynesian islands because it's mine now, but the enemy had a unit there. Things keep being messed up here. Okay. Don't really have the MPP to take care of many of these things. I mean, I will buy some stuff, but that's pretty much it. So okay, that deals with all of that stuff. Let's move to the Italian situation down here. So now that that's taken care of, I will try to first destroy this HQ. That's done. Try to swing around to improve my supply situation, although these guys are now doing quite poorly when it comes to supplies. So I want to start lowering their entrenchment a bit. Although that doesn't seem to be very effective. That's fine. Okay, so these... let's actually just start by moving these guys first. I will be able to operate both of these, and I will need to do that too. Yes. Okay, good. Then try to transport these out of here. And land at Palermo. I will try to repair them afterwards, and I will try to send these to Syracuse. Because the Allies will land in Sicily first, I think reinforcing that will be a good idea before I continue with anything else. And then repair my navy for a bit. Italian navy is still pretty much too weak to engage the Americans in any meaningful way. So We'll have to keep them important. I mean, they did destroy a few destroyers, but that's not enough, obviously. Okay, since I won't be able to destroy this guy anyhow, I might just as well continue moving around here. Let's try to get rid of this garrison. And yeah, let's take the port. So the enemy no longer is able to make use of it. I don't know how much that will help, but I need to take all of these territory, or these cities at least, and then I'll see what else I can do. Yeah, I might see the Russians indeed still trying to get a unit out there, so it's probably for the best to indeed just keep these units around here. Surprised this territory didn't secede back to me as well. Yeah, I guess since the Russians are still alive and kicking, that territory won't be getting under my possession. Let's see if... Okay, well I guess they immediately can't attack anymore. That's irksome. Okay, I think I'm gonna send these back as well. Over there. And you're gonna go back too if you can. Set you to interception. Repair you all the way up to 10. We're getting a lot of points for the Germans now. I actually want to keep these guys around. Let's upgrade you into Brest. As I said before, I need to increase the amount of units that I have in this area, because I'm starting to get afraid of an invasion. I might set 1 or 2 corps down from Russia as well, but let's try to deal with it first here. Well, that was a bit of a disaster. With a bit, I mean actually quite a lot. Alright. Let's just try to advance out here. Things are not going as I want them to go, really. Okay, at least that went okay. I'll make sure that they cannot retreat by doing this. So I have to get the tanks in there. So I'm sure they'll have units at Voldoga. Yeah, let's actually send these back as well. To Cherbourg. Okay. I can't allow them to just land on any of these cities without any effort at all. So I kind of need to block their ability to do that. Now I do have my garrisons placed there. I need one at Leningrad, so let's upgrade these over there. I don't want to retake this, so I do need to have some flank out there while I'm moving towards Arkhangelsk. I need a garrison at Smolensk, so I will bomb any of these. Let's see what I can go for. Sure. My game is acting up a bit. Okay. From there, so I did do that. Little interruption there. I did do that. That's good. So they still have that interception. Let's set you to escort as well. See if we can draw out the interceptors. No. Now they're there. Okay. Don't know how that works, but they took a lot of damage. Just like the tanks. I do hope I can destroy it. That would be a great boon to the war effort. Retreat it. Okay, let's get you in there. Come on. Come on, really? That's absolutely pathetic. It's just... I've been having a lot of bad luck in this campaign. And it keeps continuing. I mean, I'm still doing okay, but it's just things like this which can be pretty irksome. Alright, let's just continue. And... can't operate. So let's move forward. Okay, so I've destroyed that. Taking care of those positions. They seem to have very little units here now. I don't know why they decided to move away from those territories, but I find it a bit odd that they would move like that. Only to 8. Okay, I'm not gonna attack here anyway, so I might just as well move the core in here. You as well. Attack these again, and I'm sure I can destroy them with the tanks now. Okay, can't take that position, but we destroyed another army. So I would say mission accomplished. Bombers destroyed. HQ down. Let's actually... okay. Can I operate you? No. But I can reinforce these back up to 10. How about you? Yes, I can. But not those. Well, the purpose was to attack that, and I guess if that's the case, I'll just upgrade them if I can't, if they're not doing well enough in order to get back up to 10. Let's move these just to Chula, and you guys somewhat closer as well, and I'll bring the bombers out there too. Destroying some fighters. Excellent. I get these guys close to the HQ, so they might be repaired. I wanna... let's see, yeah, you're under that control as well. Let's move into Orel itself. And I will send up another garrison to Smolensk. We're quite far from the battlefield there too. There's a unit on this, one on here, and none up here. So I need to deal with that. Guess the army has to go there in order to prevent any partisans from spawning. You need to go back as well. Even yeah, actually I could have switched these up. That's actually bad. I'll just surround these, but I'll not attack them yet. Okay, let's surround the units at Guryev, so we can attack that next turn too. We've taken Astrakhan, and I'll put the HQ in there. There are no... Oh, there is a partisan spawn point, so I'll have to send a garrison out there next turn. Meanwhile, I will continue to harass the enemy and try to move towards the industrial center up here. I really need these guys to lose their zone of control. Actually, can I operate you? No. I'll move these back in order to ship them back up to Italy. Okay, I need you to stay there, Morozovsk. No units needed in Kotelnikovo. And I'll actually, because there's no bombers up here, I'll operate these and I'll actually send them over to this region. I'll get them into Luxembourg. Fair enough. We're doing well enough in Russia anyway. Okay. Any partisan spawn points that I need to take care of? It doesn't look like it. Okay, that's good for now. That means that for this turn at the very least I'm going to operate these guys into Nantes, and these will operate into Bordeaux. So we have a little bit more coverage out there for this turn. Okay, well, yeah. I'll just send them up. I'll actually see whether I'll be able to make my exit with the German Navy, potentially, into the Norwegian Sea without being seen. I want to start getting out there, and I need to start dealing damage to the enemy fleet. It seems like this turn at the very least I can get out. I'll try to screen my battleships with the somewhat weaker units, like the destroyers, and the carrier will go into the port. But yeah, that's what I'm gunning for here, and I hope they won't see it. That's basically my strategy. And then maybe slowly and steadily I can start dealing damage against some enemy units while we try to harass them. Let's go and hunt again. Let's scope. Oh. Oh boy. What a treat. This is... I can't see what it is, but I'm assuming that something like first is actually an army. It's unclear what it is, though. Well, if they are going to try and land somewhere here, I'm going to try and block them. I need my submarines. And if they don't land on this turn, I might have a pretty decent shot at destroying some of them. Okay, enemy contact, fine. That's a second unit destroyed. I can't allow the enemy to go and land here. I need to destroy whatever unit's out there. And alright, I think we might be okay. But it does mean that I need to start transferring again more units over from Russia. And I will. Let's take a look. Partisans have been taken care of. No reason to be in Kotelnikovo itself. So just move close to Stalingrad there. Try to take this here town too. Before I'll try to move further. Alright. They'll take Tripoli. Let's leave that garrison there, but I won't take Benghazi. I'll be too fast there. They will reinforce next turn. Yep, I need to start landing some troops in Palermo. Okay, fair enough. Things are getting very, very dicey here. I do have to say that. Let's go to diplomacy. Spain is already done. Let's take a look at research. We're already doing still quite a bit of funding for the Germans. Still busy with advanced tanks and also advanced fighters. Already going up to 5. I don't really care for anti-submarine warfare. What I do care about, I'll go for another spying and intelligence for now. And I'll purchase another army. Like this. As for the Japanese, I will actually go for more fighters. I think I definitely want those. Okay. Well, I've taken care of everything. So let's start the arduous task of going through the enemy turn. This will be an interesting one, to say the least. New Zealand moves the government. So they're losing the supplies from there, from Wellington. Good. Seems like we might actually be getting supplies from there. Don't know. We'll see. Okay, they're moving into Tripoli as expected, and I'm sure they'll move up to Sirte. Now they're shipping their units back. Tagging some Italians. Again, I can't really see what's going on. Okay, they're going for these. Okay, so they're trying to defend all their towns individually now, it seems like, but that's definitely not a good idea. Now I can cut off these two forces as well. I don't think that will serve the Russians very well. Because instead of actually holding my advance, they're just slowing me down. Wow. Well, that's quite a bit of damage against their light cruisers. I mean, this destroyer is toast. That is a given. But I traded it for another unit. I'm sure that's the aircraft carrier. Yeah, it moved around. This is going to be quite something. They're moving a submarine. I really dislike the fact that I cannot see anymore what's going on here. I don't think... I mean, come on. Okay. So they attacked my submarine out here, and then they had this battleship going through here right next to this submarine. Okay, they're bombing somewhere. I really don't know what's going on, unfortunately. I'll only be able to see it later, I guess. Okay, there's a carrier there. Destroyer coming in through here. Okay, so we're back to this spot. Okay. They're attacking this submarine. And... dive. Excellent. Mm-hmm. Wonder how fast they'll try to go for an invasion there too. They're bombing the crap out of Italy. Well, they should still suffer some damage here with their fighters, so hopefully this will prevent them from going too crazy on my defenses on the next turn. But the inclusion of the second fighter definitely did help. Seriously? Yeah, their bombers are wreaking havoc amongst my troops and... Okay. Can you please retreat? No, they won't. Okay. The enemy turn, though, is far from over here. Interesting that they're still willing to attack from there, even though I don't think that unit in Saratov is doing very well. Okay. No surprises so far. I'm pretty much waiting in terror, terror here for the moment that they start attacking these guys. They're really going at it. Yeah, purchasing now. And that gives me some hope. If they are moving their fleet up instead of down, I might be able to chase them. Danish workers strike against German occupation. Well, if that's the biggest of my concerns, I'm not too worried. All right. Well, how are we doing? Okay. Significant numbers of Don Cossacks have deserted to our lines, and their representatives are making contact, asking to take service with us in our struggle against the Bolsheviks. For 50 MPPs, we could make use of these Cossacks to form a half-strength cavalry corps at Rostov. Would you like the authorized information of a Don Cossack cavalry corps? Notes, raised from Red Army deserters, prisoners of war and other volunteers, the Germans began forming a Cossack formation in the autumn of 1942. And this expanded over time to reach corps strength. This is a cheap way of increasing your armed forces, so just recommend to say yes to this, and I will. Germany raises a Don Cossack cavalry corps. And we get another army, which will be placed right here at Metz. And we also get a second carrier, the Deutschland, which will still be useful. Okay, well, that went fairly well. I'm still afraid, but you know, we're getting there. Either way, I want to thank you for watching. Do hope you enjoyed this part. If you did, please leave a like, comment, or subscribe. And I will see you all in the next episode. So once again, take care, and I will see you all in the next one.